Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I have got a really fun pattern announcement for you. It is a new Love Notions pattern, but before we get into this, guys, today is the last day of the Love Notions sale. So their 40% off Love Notions sale has been happening all week. This is the largest sale they do every year. They do a 30% off at the beginning of the year, and they do another one around the October time frame. But this is the largest one that they do, the 40% off, and everything in the store is 40% off, with the exception of the Crescendo Jeans, which is the newest pattern before this one, and then obviously the Caprice Skirt. But the Caprice Skirt, this newest pattern, is on release sale for the next week. So today is the first day they're releasing this. But I just want to remind you, if you had your eye on any Love Notions patterns, you want to go grab them. And my code 10TOMCAT gets you an additional 10% off that sale price. So you get an even deeper discount. So use that code, the 10TOMCAT, to get an additional 10% off that 40% off sale price. So it's a fantastic deal. If you've had your eye on any of the Love Notions patterns or classes, now is a great time to grab those. Okay, let's talk about the newest pattern release, guys. This is the Caprice Skirt. I'm just going to say, it's very fortuitous that this came around. I was not a pattern tester for it, but because I'm an ambassador, I get early access to the patterns so I can make things up for release, which is what I did here. I have been on a mission probably since last fall of adding more skirts to my wardrobe. I just don't wear a ton of skirts, and I'm not really sure why. I wear dresses, although I don't wear dresses as much in the colder months. All the time. I wear shorts, all that kind of stuff in the summer, and I just don't know why I don't grab skirts. So I've been on a little bit of a mission to add more skirts to my wardrobe, and I'm starting off just little by little. Absolutely love my Cocoa Bias skirt. Made that for Christmas Eve, and that my olive green kind of has a limey green to it. I've been wearing that this spring a ton. It'll probably go into summer with me. I probably won't wear it as much just because it's a little bit longer and it's a little more fitted. But I was over the moon. So you guys saw on my Destashify video that I've made myself the Tinley skirt. Love that. That's going to be a good addition, like a substitution for shorts. But this is the skirt that we all need for the warm weather months. This is like a Farm Rio boho inspired skirt pattern. And it sews up so quickly, folks. I mean, so quickly. I cut this out with my projector. Again, I'll have a video coming very soon, actually. And all I did was shorten the top portion by 1 inch and the bottom ruffle by 1 inch to keep everything in proportion. Normally, I need to lose about 2 inches out of the length of Love Notions patterns for the bottom half, and they worked out just perfectly. I made a combination of view A and view B. The skirt pattern comes in a ton. It's got quite a few different variations. Just a straight, elastic waist skirt, tiers. We've got high-low. We've got just this cool kind of a nod to high-low, but the hem itself is even all around. I know you can't see the hem on here, but you'll see it in my pictures. But it does come up in the middle. So I did view A, but I omitted the buttons, mostly because I was afraid they would get lost on this fabric anyway. So I just omitted the buttons for this one. The pattern includes pockets. I omitted the pockets on this one too, mostly because I don't love pockets on lightweight fabrics. This is a rayon voile, so not even a challis. It's pretty thin, but I thought with the volume of the skirt, it would be fine, and it is. So comfortable, absolutely love it. But I decided to omit the pockets for that reason. If I were making this in a linen or a cotton, I probably would put the pockets in, because even though the pockets go into the side seams, they do get tacked down when the waistband gets flipped to the inside, so they aren't floating around everywhere, which is really, really nice. But yeah, I was afraid that the buttons would get lost, but I really liked the way the ruffle went up on view A, but then still had the standard hem there at the bottom. View B is the same top as view A without the buttons, but it uses a straight ruffle so that the hem comes up as well. And you can tell a difference between right side and wrong side. I hate when high-low hems, when you can see the wrong side of fabric when it isn't meant to be seen. That's a big difference between the fabric. If it's the same or looks similar enough, that doesn't bother me, but when it's obviously white, like much whiter on the back side. That does bother me. So I did want this. I did want the straight hem on this. It's got an elastic waistband. I mean, you do cut the ruffles out, and now she may change this by the time the pattern has been released, but you cut the ruffles out, like one for each half of the skirt, and then you have a seam, and then they get gathered into the front skirt and the back skirt. But honestly, you could cut those ruffles on the fold as well, and you literally would have 4 seams on the entire garment. What side seam, and then attaching the ruffle in the front and attaching the ruffle on the back. Such a quick make. And she's got a couple of ways to finish off the waistband, but there's not even a waistband. It is a fold over situation. So a couple of different ways, and I did the first way, whereas you put your elastic inside the skirt, so against the wrong side, stretch your elastic to fit the skirt, and I serged along the top edge, stretching the elastic to fit the skirt as I went, and then I just folded it in again on itself, stretched as I sewed, and just top stitched it down with a straight stitch, but stretching the elastic as I went, and it has worked out perfectly. But they have instructions too if you prefer doing more of a casing, where you fold over a little bit and then fold over more and then insert, thread your elastic through. The pattern calls for 1 inch elastic. I really wanted to use 1.5 inch, so that's what I did. And it just shortened the skirt 1/2 inch more than what it was intended to. And that worked out really, really lovely. I am just over the moon with this. I think this is going to be so much fun to wear this summer. Nice and cool. A great option to not wear shorts. It could be a fun little cover up to throw on as well. When you're going, to the pool or the beach, what have you. But I have a feeling you could dress it up, dress it down. My new aria that I just made in the coral color would be so cute tied up with this skirt. The colors do go really well together. I loved it with this little cropped number because it sits at your natural waist, so it sits up high enough that I think that's okay. But let's talk about this fabric, folks. This fabric, this is from the Sewing Studio. And I bought this, so when I did the dead stock video, I was doing research and stuff for that, Jenny and I were, and I came across this fabric. And actually, if you follow along with Sewing Studio, if you're one of their newsletter subscribers, you get first access to their Manic Mondays, which is where they'll have like 4 different fabrics on sale, and then they'll have all their remnants, but you have to grab them fast, especially the remnants because they go quick. But also on Thursdays, when she has like a new launch of some more fabrics that she's gotten in, it's all her stuff is dead stock. You get first access to it as a newsletter subscriber, and often she'll have a discount code for that. So I grabbed this fabric, 2 yards of it, because I wasn't sure. I thought I was going to do blouse because it was a rayon voile, so I knew it'd be a thinner rayon. Feels very similar to a challis. It's just thinner than what a rayon challis is. So I grabbed 2 yards of it thinking I would make a blouse. I just thought the print was absolutely stunning. It's a little more muted than my colors, like maybe a little bit more autumn colors, less spring, but I can totally, there's enough crossover there that any of my tops that I'm wearing can be brighter. It's my spring colors. There's a lot of crossover there. So I got the 2 yards of it. And then when this pattern test came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I have enough. I probably don't have enough because there's, ruffles and stuff like that to do the skirt out of it. And I looked at the instructions, and it was like 2 yards, for the view I wanted to do. And I was like, yes. But I had a snafu when I was cutting this out, and you guys are not even going to be able to see it. But when I was cutting this out, I was hurrying, and it was late for me. I should have stopped, but I didn't. It was time to just not be working anymore, but I just wanted to get one more thing cut out, and I was cutting out with the projector, and when I was cutting the front ruffle out, instead of cutting it at the hem, I cut it at the lengthen and shorten line. Because you're following the lighted lines, obviously, because it's projecting down, and it was the last piece I had to cut out, and I did not have enough fabric at all to recut it completely. So I did have enough fabric to cut out the original one, though. So I sewed onto the bottom of those pieces what I had cut off, and then recut the pattern piece out. And it worked fine. So do I have a horizontal seam at the bottom of my skirt? Yes. And you can tell because even though I sewed it right back on where I cut it off, obviously I lost 1/4 inch at the top and the bottom, so it's a 1/2 inch like smushed together. But folks, it's a busy fabric and it's gathered and you can't tell. So just your daily reminder that all of us can mess up, not to sew or cut out when we're tired, and all things are figure outable. So I didn't have to scrap the whole project. I was able to put it back together and make the skirt of my dreams, and I'm so glad that it all worked out. Also, with the Sewing Studio, I have a coupon code. If you guys are interested in going and having a look at her stock, and you absolutely should, but if you see something you like, grab it because her stuff goes quickly. It is all dead stock. She doesn't get a ton of it, and once it's gone, it's gone. But Tomcat 15 is going to get you 15% off your order. So definitely use that and go over and do some shopping. Again, she's just got really beautiful stuff, and she keeps up with like the seasons as well. So she's got some really great stuff for summer sewing now, getting rid of the cold weather stuff or that sort of thing. So definitely go have a look. She's got a really good eye for fabric. And I bought 3 fabrics from her when I placed the order for this, and the other 2 are knits, and they are beautiful. So I've been very impressed with all the quality of the 3 pieces that I bought. So would highly recommend. All right. I think that's it. All I have for today. Make sure you hit the Love Notion sale if you haven't already. If you've got anything on your wish list, again, 40% off, and then 10 Tomcat gets you an additional 10% off that. And what else? Have a good Friday. Have a good Friday. I hope you get some sewing in. My daughter has prom tomorrow. I did not make her dress. She decided she wanted a store-bought dress for junior prom. She wants me to make her something for senior prom, which is absolutely fine. So hopefully we have a wonderful time getting her ready. She has a hair appointment. We have all the correct undergarments and jewelry and hair accessories and shoes and all of that. So hopefully it's a really, really wonderful time, and I'm sure I'll have pictures posted up on my social media of her as she gets ready. She's going with a group of girls, but that's the exciting thing that we have going on this weekend. All right, guys. Have a wonderful Friday. Get some sewing in. See you on Tuesday. Bye.